एक आइडेंटिटी की लड़ाई है। अगर किसी स्टेट का डिमांड करना अगर गलत बात होता तो भारत में फिर 28 राज्य क्यों होते, 27 राज्य क्यों होते? तो ये चाहते हैं कि जो ट्राइब्स के लोग हैं, जिन जो कहते हैं डिस्क्रिमिनेशन बहुत बड़े पैमाने पे लोगों के साथ हो रहा है, उस डिस्क्रिमिनेशन को खत्म करने के लिए
Even the Bodo people in Assam, the indigenous tribal people, they are being evicted still recently by the government of Assam. Why? Because we are the owner, we have every rights, but we have been evicted.
Bodo people evicted.
Evicted in our own land. In Assam, if the tribal or the Bodo people, if they don't know how to speak Assamese, then they will never get a government job. This is the order from the government. And now, why Nagaland and why Mizoram and this Meghalaya has been carved out of Assam? Why? Because of this linguistic problem. The Assamese language was imposed to them, to the tribal people from the hills.
दोस्तों नमस्कार। आज जंतर मंतर पे बोडोलैंड की डिमांड को लेकर के आसाम से बहुत सारे लोग यहाँ इकट्ठे हुए। बोंसू की तरफ से ये प्रोटेस्ट ऑर्गेनाइज किया गया है, लेकिन मैं आपको बताता चलूं कि 1966 से ये डिमांड चला आ रहा है। बोडोलैंड की जो डिमांड कर रहे हैं, जो बोडो ट्राइब्स है बेसिकली वहां पे, जो असम के लार्जेस्ट ट्राइब्स है, उनका ये मांग करीब 50 सालों से ज्यादा हो चुके हैं। कितने सरकारें आई और गई और इस बोडोलैंड के नाम पे कितने सरकारों ने वोट लिया, लेकिन इनकी मांगे अभी तक वहीं की वहीं है। हमारे साथ है नेशनल प्रेसिडेंट है बोंजिल मोंजी। सर, this demand is a very long due demand. It is being demanded from 1967 onwards, right? And still you are asking for the separate Bodoland. My first question to you, मैं ये आपसे जानना चाहता हूँ कि लोगों को थोड़ा सा आपको बताना पड़ेगा कि लोग कहते हैं कि यार ये तो असम को बांटना चाहते हैं, जबरदस्ती बोडोलैंड मांग रहे हैं। जो बोडो ट्राइब्स हैं उनको बोडोलैंड आखिर चाहिए क्यों? तो आज के जनरेशन को थोड़ा पता होना चाहिए क्यों आप ये डिमांड कर रहे हैं।
Say, Bodoland separate state demand is a long-standing demand of the Bodo people. This is a long-cherished dream of the Bodo people. Since Bodos are the indigenous tribal people of Assam, they are the first settler, and Bodo community are the largest tribal community in the whole of Northeast India. So, Bodoland demand is not a new demand. Since 1967, we have been demanding for separate state Bodoland. But taking before independence, our leaders during the British time, our respected leader Khalistran Brahmo, he has submitted a memorandum to the Simon Commission in Shillong in 1980s. So where he has demanded political self-determination of the Bodo people and autonomy of the Bodo people. Now, I would like to give message to the Prime Minister, to the President of India, to the Home Minister. Since 1967, the Bodo leaders has already demonstrated, submitted, and they have been demanding the separate state Bodoland. But instead of giving smaller state Bodoland, they are giving a small council, like in 93, Bodoland Autonomous Council, in 2003, Bodoland Territorial Council, in 2020, Bodoland Territorial Region. All these three councils fails to fulfill the long-cherished dream of the Bodo people. So, this is the very reason. Until and unless if the Bodoland separate state is not granted to the Bodo people, is not carved out of Assam and it is separated, the demand for the separate state Bodoland will continue.
My question to you, in 1966-97, PTCA was the political body who has started this demand, this Bodoland demand. Plain Tribes Council of Assam, that was the political party who started this demand, and several state election or this central election comes and goes every time. All the political leaders comes to you and they say that, okay, this time your demand will be fulfilled, this time your demand will be fulfilled, please give us the vote, give us the vote. You have met so many governments in Assam also, you have contributed in the central politics also, but still nobody is listening you after that. What is the reason? My question to you, why it is being delayed? If they made the promise, a lot of autonomous bodies being made after that, but no Bodoland, separate statehood. Why?
It is definitely true. Since 1967, the Plain Tribal Council of Assam, they have been demanding the separate state Bodoland. But the successive central government and state government, they didn't provide after promising in the election manifesto. They failed to provide us a separate state. The main reason is from the state itself. In the state, the ruling class, the Assamese, so-called Assamese people, this Assamese, the ruling class, and they have been treated the Bodo peoples like a state motherly. So these people, they don't want to separate us. They don't want to give freedom to the tribal people. So the main reason is that the people, so-called the Assamese people from the Assam, mainstream Assamese, they are the man behind that who is opposing that. So after this opposement, after this situation, now Bodos, the people, the Bodo leaders didn't stay idle. They have taken up even arms. Democratically also, they have been demanding that. And since the government, the successive state government and central government, they didn't pay any attention, so our demand is continuing. Our demand is continuing after signing 3 accords.
Lot of other states, tribes also used to come here at this in Delhi, and they are demanding their like the Bodoland, Gurkhaland, or some other statehoods demand, separate statehoods demand. They say that they are demanding their separate state to protect their culture, protect their language, protect their identity, something like that. A lot of things are there. So, what is why basically Bodoland is required by the Bodo tribes? What kind of benefit you are looking for after that? Normally, they say they are not getting the full benefit of from the states and something like that. So, what is the why? What is the main reason you want the Bodoland first?
The basic things that the Bodos are demanding Bodoland to protect the identity, to safeguard the language, to safeguard the cultures, and to fight for the political self-determination and autonomy. Because the Bodo tribes and many tribal people under the Bodos, like Diuris, Tiwas, the Kacharis, the Sonwals, the Dimasas, the Rabas, the Garos, they are the indigenous original, the owner of the Assam. And the people, those who are coming from other countries like from the Bangladesh or from different states, now they are in the ruling elite. So these people, they don't want us to be free and liberate. So our existence, our identity slowly, it is going to get deteriorated. We are in danger. Even see, the best example recently, in the state of Assam, we have 2 national languages, Bodo and Assamese. Both we are in the 8th schedule status, as per the provision of Indian Constitution. But now in Assam, Assamese is regarded as the state official language, whereas the Bodo language is regarded as associate official language. And now the question is that we both have the same status under the 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution. And now the one basic thing is that in Assam, if the tribal or the Bodo people, if they don't know how to speak Assamese, then they will never get a government job. This is the order from the government. And now, why Nagaland and why Mizoram and this Meghalaya has been carved out of Assam? Why? Because of this linguistic problem. The Assamese language was imposed to them, to the tribal people from the hills, from the Mizoram, Nagaland, and from the Meghalaya. And these people protested, and they, after long struggle, they attained a separate state. In the same case, even the Bodo people in Assam, the indigenous tribal people, they are being evicted still recently by the government of Assam. Why? Because we are the owner, we have every rights, but we have been evicted.
Bodo people evicted?
Evicted in our own land. Not only that eviction of the tribal people, this is not a new thing. Because of such kinds of oppression and negligence, it compels us to demand for the separate state Bodoland. And recently we have seen the many tribal youths, especially the Bodo youths, they have been killed in the name of encounter by the Assam police. Because, the Bodos have armed struggle groups, like National Democratic Front of Bodoland, and they have been surrendered after signing a peace agreement with the government of India in 2020. But still, the Bodo youths have been, staged. I mean, they have been, regarded as thieves, criminals, or live drugs dealers, and they have been killed without knowing. Recently, one guy was killed by the Assam police in the Oralguri districts, who have been fighting case to the court. So such kinds of attitudes made us to compel to demand for the separate state Bodoland.
अगर आप इसको ध्यान से समझने की कोशिश करेंगे तो जितने भी अलग अलग स्टेटहुड की डिमांड कर रहे हैं, जो अलग अलग ट्राइब्स के लोग आते हैं, चाहे बोडोलैंड हो चाहे गोरखालैंड हो, कहने का इनका एक ही मतलब है। और इसलिए बोडोलैंड या गोरखालैंड या और भी अलग स्टेटहुड की जो डिमांड कर रहे हैं ट्राइब्स, वो चाहते हैं कि जो इंडिजीनियस पीपल होने के नाते जो वहाँ के बेनिफिट्स हैं वो उनको पूरी तरीके से मिले, ना कि उनके बेनिफिट्स को कर्टेल कर दिया जाए, यानी कि कम कर दिया जाए, या उनके जो संसाधन है उनके पास नहीं पहुंचने दिया जाता है। मकसद ये है कि पहचान, संस्कृति, भाषा, सबको और भी चीज़ों को अपने प्रोटेक्ट करके रखने के लिए ये अलग स्टेटहुड चाहते हैं, जहाँ पे इनकी आइडेंटिटी सुरक्षित रहे और आने वाले जो इनके जनरेशन है उनको पता चले कि किस कम्युनिटी से वो बिलोंग करते थे। तो अलग स्टेटहुड का डिमांड करना, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि ये लोग डिवाइड करना चाहते हैं भारत को या आसाम को, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। एक आइडेंटिटी की लड़ाई है। अगर किसी स्टेट का डिमांड करना अगर गलत बात होता तो भारत में फिर 28 राज्य क्यों होते, 27 राज्य क्यों होते? तो ये चाहते हैं कि जो ट्राइब्स के लोग हैं, जो कहते हैं डिस्क्रिमिनेशन बहुत बड़े पैमाने पे लोगों के साथ हो रहा है, उस डिस्क्रिमिनेशन को खत्म करने के लिए एक अलग अपनी पहचान हो, ताकि एक अलग राज्य हो जिस राज्य में इनकी अपनी एक अलग पहचान हो, जहां पे इनके बच्चे, जहां पे इनके आने वाले नस्लें ये समझे कि हम किस कम्युनिटी से बिलोंग करते थे। नमस्कार।